Good morning, Carlsbad, and happy Thursday. We have a very special show planned for you today. To kick it off, we're going to have a story on a woman who cleans our beaches. We're also going to have Marley live with Frost Cheer and Maddox on location at the football fields. What else do you have for us, Reese?
Yeah, that's right. We're also going to have Landon live with a special guest and Colton live with Best Buddies.
Let's make it a great show. I'm Elsa Woolsey.
And I'm Reese Benson.
And CHSTV starts right now. Every year, over 80 million tons of plastic waste end up in the ocean, and Dawn is making it her mission to reduce that number, one piece of plastic at a time. Race and Robbie bring us this piece.
Time to clean the beach, not because it's exciting, but because she wants to preserve the coast for future generations.
It's not fun, it's really hard, and it's gross, but I keep going.
Dawn doesn't have a parking pass from the city, which means
not only do I not make money, I actually pay to do this.
She's forced to purchase parking and pay for parking tickets, which adds to her total cost of operation. In her 4 years of picking up trash, Dawn has gone virtually every single day and continues to inspire others to do the same.
Never underestimate what a small group of people can do to change the world. I'm one person, granted it's 4 years, but it's been 4 years of fun. I've met so many people, and I've picked up almost 10,000 pounds of trash. Nobody's gonna tell me that didn't make a difference.
For the future, Dawn hopes to inspire her 13-year-old son, as well as anyone she meets, to pick up trash and save our oceans. Reporting for CHSTV, with videographer Race Gruskin, I'm Robbie Rains.
Thank you for that story. Switching topics, today JV football plays Palos Verdes at 3:30 p.m. Boys frosh water polo versus San Clemente at 6 p.m., JV at 4 p.m., and varsity at 3 p.m.
The Math Lab is open every Monday through Friday from 7:30 to 8:25 in room 7203 for those students who may need help in their math class. Now we have Landon live in the studio talking with a special guest. Landon?
Thank you, Reese. And yes, I'm here live in the studio with Fox 5 news anchor from down in San Diego, Andrew Luria. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you. Yeah,
so let me set the scene real quick. You're walking into the studio, 10:30 a.m. How do you structure your show? How do you decide what pieces to cut out? And how do you narrow it down?
Well, just like you, we have a big team of producers, writers, and executive producers who come up with a lot of our stories. The best thing we can do as anchors is just be as informed as possible. So I'm learning from the time I wake up, whether it's reading the newspaper, listening to podcasts, like knowing the news, and so I'm ready to go. But a lot of it also has to do with stories that we've done before, having the experience of having been here for over a decade and knowing the history of stories, and then applying that to the stories we do throughout the day. And if news breaks, we're ready for that too.
Yeah, for sure. Lots of moving components, lots of experience as well. So moving on, when you are talking about being unbiased, there's so much polarization, especially moving into election season with liberals and conservatives feeding you different news with their own take on it. How are you making sure that the news you're feeding to the public is as unbiased as possible?
Yeah, this is a challenging time for anybody who's in media to make sure that you're giving as down-the-middle information as you can. In local news especially, you're going to find a more down-the-middle approach. Where you're watching Fox News or MSNBC, you're probably going to get more polarized information, and same thing with social media. So I think it's really important that folks out there, especially when you guys are using, TikTok or you're using Instagram, wherever your source is, make sure that you are making sure you're getting reputable information. So for us, our job is really to go down the middle as much as possible, present both sides of the story, let people make their decision on how they feel about it, and just make sure that we're not the ones who are making the story, we're the ones just presenting the information.
Yeah, that's really impressive, actually, that you can, be right down the middle with all of this pressure to kind of sway each way. So since we're here in the studio, it's only fitting to ask you the question, what is the news for today?
So a lot of this I'll find out, as soon as I get into the studio. But like I said, what I do is try to get as much information as I can, so I'm aware of the news of the day nationally, internationally, and then locally as well. We are local news, so I need to, call upon the information that I've kind of learned about these stories. Today, we are talking about, there's a terrible accident actually right near our station down in Kearney Mesa where a San Diego police officer died a couple nights ago. So there's a lot of follow-up to that. There's a story today about the beach closures in the South Bay. We are always talking about the Padres and the success that they're having right now. And then we're ready for breaking news as it happens, which happens almost every day. So, whatever that may be, we're as prepared as we can for when it comes.
Yeah, and you have so many different time slots that you're anchor for. Having all those stories running through your head just really seems like a lot to take in. So it's really impressive that you can, have that all stored in your head all the time. So now with like the digital age coming in and like phones being available for anyone to take out their phone, if something crazy is going on in front of them, they can just film it, send it to a news station, or just post it themselves. How is social media going to be affecting, or how is it already impacting the traditional news outlets and media?
Well, definitely the way you guys consume news is much different than the way my generation and my parents' generation consumed news growing up. We used to wait for the 6 o'clock news, the 11 o'clock news to get the information. But if something happens at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you're going to know it like that. And at 6 o'clock, when we present that information, it's going to be dated, or we can just find deeper information to kind of give it more context. So it's important that like everybody out there understands that when you are getting information from whatever source it might be, whether it is that Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, wherever information comes to you, that you make sure that you are getting it from a reputable source, you're doing your research, and that's our job too. So where the news business goes, I don't know. It's evolving. AI is coming around. Deep fakes are out there. A lot of things are changing, so it's our job to make sure we're changing with the times because the future is kind of uncertain.
Changing with the times, that's good. Always being adaptive. You guys are obviously doing that over at Fox 5, and we're trying to do that here at CHSTV. That's why we have you live. Thank you for coming on. It's a pleasure. Now I'm sent back to the desk.
That was an awesome interview. It's definitely really cool to hear from a professional news anchor, so thank you, Mr. Luria and Landon. Are you looking to promote your new or existing on-campus club? Email all relevant information through our chstv.com/announcement page, or come see Ms. Cohn before school or at brunch in room 5105. Do you love science, or do you want to become an engineer or doctor in the future? If that sounds like you, Science Olympiad is a great club to join for people who love STEM. Science Olympiad is a national academic competition that allows you to build, research, study, and network with industry professionals. If you're interested, stop by the booth at the club fair on September 4th or see Mr. Packer in room 3110.
Next, Colton is live with Best Buddies. Colton?
Good morning, Carlsbad. I'm Colton Gilly, and I'm here live with a few members of Best Buddies, which, if you didn't know, is a club on campus. So, Leia, what do you guys do at Best Buddies?
Yeah, so Best Buddies is a club on campus where our friends with special needs and kids from all around campus can come together. We have lots of free food, and the meetings are every Thursday, and we actually have free pizza this week.
That sounds like a really great cause, and it is a new year, so have there been any changes?
Yeah, so this year we actually have a new teacher, so we're really excited to welcome him into the program.
That sounds like it's going to be a great year, and when is your first meeting?
Our first meeting is today at lunch in room 4003.
All right, Carlsbad, make sure to go attend, and are you excited? Yeah, what are you most excited for this year?
I am so excited to promote this club as the new buddy director. It's my job to ensure that everyone feels included and that people with special needs or people who just want to come and visit can have a great time. Have a good day.
That's really fun. I'm most excited to go and hang out with the buddies. So, Carlsbad, if you have a free lunch or you just want to go have a good time, make sure to show up.
Thank you, Colton and Best Buddies. Football season is here. Follow Carlsbad High School on Instagram for the full schedule. The first home game is tomorrow versus Palos Verdes at 7 p.m. If you can't make it, tune in to chstv.com/sports to watch the live stream.
The Lancer Locker is in need of new, packaged personal hygiene products, as well as shelf-stable food and school supplies. Items can be dropped off at the front office in the basket. Taking a break from our announcements, we have Marley live in the studio with Frost Cheer. What do you have for us, Marley?
Good morning, Carlsbad. I'm Marley Beal, live with Freshman Cheer to talk about their first game. So, when and where will this be taking place?
Yeah, we have a game tomorrow at 5 on the football field.
Sounds good. And then, what have you been doing to prepare for this?
We went to UCA camp in July at SDSU.
Awesome. And then, is there any other upcoming events this Friday?
We have a pep rally tomorrow at lunch. Come and support.
Yes, definitely make sure to support Lancers. Yes, I can, period 2, and I'll send it back to the anchors.
Thanks, Marley. Teachers and students, would you like to submit an announcement to run on CHSTV? Fill out the form on chstv.com/announcement. Interested in joining the CHS robotics team? Stop by for an informational meeting on Tuesday, September 3rd at lunch.
The student store is open and stocked with great merch. You can order online for easy pickup, or you can walk into the store on campus. Moving on, Maddox is on location at the football field talking about upcoming football games. Maddox?
What's up, Carlsbad? I'm Maddox Markham. I'm here at the football field to give you guys a little reminder on tomorrow's football game. So the theme will be back in black, so make sure to wear all your black attire that you have available to you. And with the loud crowd seating, it's going to be the same as always. Freshmen at the very top of the bleachers, seniors at the very bottom, sophomores and juniors in between them. And we will be playing Palos Verdes at 7 p.m., which will, of course, be the varsity game. And for this fight, we will need all the support we can get due to we are the underdogs. So with that, I will send it back to the anchors. Make sure to show up, Carlsbad.
Thank you, Maddox and Jackson. For our last break in the announcements, Val is on the Magic Window talking about some Olympic controversy.
Good morning, Carlsbad. I'm Val Bedoya, standing here live on the Magic Window. And as you may or may not already know, the Paralympics are coming up. So I'm going to be talking a little bit about some Olympic controversy that happened a few weeks ago. So here are the two gymnasts involved in this controversy. They competed at the women's floor final. The final day, the final score is what you scored, and they did amazing. Here, Anna Barbosu, very young gymnast, extremely talented. She did great this Olympic cycle. She is from Romania, and then we have Jordan Childs, who competes for USA. She also goes to UCLA and competes for the competitive gymnastics team there. This is her second Olympic cycle, and she did absolutely amazing this year as well. Now we can see here that Anna Barbosu scored a 13.7 and put her in third place, tied with her teammate. And Jordan Childs scored, she was last to go, and she scored a 13.66 and put her in fifth place. That meant that Anna Barbosu had secured that bronze medal for her country, for Romania, for herself, and she was extremely happy, full of joy, and Jordan Childs had won fifth place. It didn't end there because Cecile Landry, USA's head coach, it was brought to her attention that one of Jordan Childs' skills had been underrated and underscored. She hadn't been given that extra value that she deserved. So for that reason, she went up to the judges and filed an inquiry and asked them if they judged it properly. The judges agreed that they misjudged her, and they bumped it up 1/10. That shifted around the scoreboard a little bit, putting Jordan Childs in third place by just 0.066 and Anna Barbosu down to fourth place. Anna Barbosu was extremely shocked because she thought she just won this medal for her country, for herself, and now it had been taken away super last minute. Jordan Childs was full of excitement, very happy. We have Rebecca Andrade in first place, and of course, the GOAT Simone Biles in second place. Now, it didn't end there because just 5 days later, on August 10th, Jordan's score reevaluation was questioned by the Romanian Gymnastics Federation. They said that in the code, in the book of rules, it says that if a reevaluation is after a minute, then it is completely invalid. Jordan's reevaluation was 1 minute and 4 seconds. Camera footage shows that that 4-second difference does make her score invalid, meaning she was still at fifth place with that final score. That meant that Jordan's medal was revoked from her, taken here from her hometown, back to Romania to Anna Barbosu. Jordan was extremely hurt by this. This shouldn't have happened. These judges are supposed to be super high-level judges, and these mistakes should not be happening at the Olympics. Technically, she did score higher than Anna Barbosu by 0.06, but because of that tiny 4-second difference, it did make her go back down to fifth and gave Anna that third-place medal. Plans for 2028 are that they're trying to use more cameras for judges to re-watch the routines, and instead of just getting 1 time to watch it, they'll get 2 times to watch it. So hopefully that will be implemented in the Paralympics coming up soon. We'll keep you updated. Anchors, back to you.
Thanks, Val. Now we will show a sneak peek of our new series Dados, produced by Cash Versailles.
Basswood, a hill 1,200 feet northeast of the football field, is the most notable opponent Lancers faced in the 5-week period.
Looks like it's going to be a great episode. Are you going to be tuning in tomorrow, Reese?
Of course, I will be tuning in, and I hope you guys will be too. Make sure to have a great day, Lancers. Bye-bye.
Bye.